Hi guys, Chef Nanny here again. Welcome back into my kitchen. Now tonight I've found a recipe for a lamb pie because I had some leftovers from the slow cooked lamb that we cooked for last night's Feast of Jack's dinner. So I've got a fair bit of lamb left over. Now that lamb last night was a full leg of lamb that I bought, and that's how much I've got left over, a good tub full, so that's plenty to use in a pie. Now this pie actually doesn't have pastry on it. What I've got bubbling away here is some mashed potato. I've peeled and sliced 6 mashed potato, which the recipe told me to do, but instead of using it, I've just used 5 white normal potatoes and the equivalent of a potato in sweet potato. So I've actually got 5 normal white potatoes and 1 small chunk of sweet potato. So that's bubbling away happily there. While that's bubbling away, I've got another pan here, just a shallow fry pan. Just going to get my canola oil and we're going to make the lamb mixture which is going to go in the pie. So basically that potato that I'm cooking, I'm going to make mashed potato out of it and have it a fairly thick consistency, and that's going to be the base of my pie. Then I'm going to put the lamb mixture on top of that potato base and then cover it with more potato and then some bacon pieces and some cheese. Whack her in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes and there's your pie. So I've got the oven on now, preheating at 180. What I'm going to start doing, I'm going to turn this pan on now because I'm going to grate some onion. Just turn my hot plate on. And when you're turning hot plates on, guys, please make sure you don't do what I just did. I actually had my plastic container that I keep my thyme in sitting on the back of the hot plate here, and I've turned on the hot plate. I'm just going to concentrate here for a second, guys, because I can't do stuff while I'm talking. We like to think we're multi-skilled, but we're not. Can do more than one thing at a time, but I can't. Alright, so I've got that hot plate on. What I did, I had my container full of thyme sitting on the back hot plate there, and I've accidentally turned on the wrong hot plate, and this is what's happened to my container. Ta-da! I'm thinking, what the hell is that smell? And that's what it was, lovelies. What's left over of my thyme container. And there's a whole bunch of thyme there that I'll clean up after. But anyways, so we'll get this onion. I'll get a little bit of oil. We'll whack some olive oil in here. Good old olive oil. Whack a little bit in the pan there. And then I'm going to grate the onion to put in the oil and cook up. So I've just got my grater here. I've got one of these graters. There's lots of different sort of graters that you can use. Just grating my onion into the pan there so it can cook up. Great. Pies are really yummy at this cool time of year, hey? Alright, so we're just grating away at that onion, which isn't the easiest job in the world, but we'll get there. Now in this pie, we've got the lamb, the onion, we've got some oregano, it's got a 1/4 teaspoon full of mixed herbs in the recipe. So I've just got some tarragon leaves, which I've got here in the pantry, which are really yummy with lamb. I've got some oregano leaves and some basil, and I'm going to cut a snippet of that parsley like I did yesterday. And that's our mixed herbs that I'm going to use today. But you can use any sort of herb you want, like you can use mint, whatever you can think of, whatever you like. Anything goes in my book. Alright, so we've got that onion cooking away, and that potato is just about ready. Okay, so with the mashed potato, when that finishes, you check that the potato's ready. Check that the potato's ready by just sticking a fork in it, and if the fork goes potatoes through quite easily, that means your mashed potatoes ready. I find usually around about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how many potatoes you've used. Okay, so what I do, I bring it over to my colander in the sink, tip it out into my colander. So I've just emptied it out into my colander there, get all the water out of it, and then I throw it back into the pan that I cooked it in. That's my potato. Now to mash it, I just throw some salt in it for seasoning, and it's good if you can open the salt first. Put that in there, and I'm just going to stir my onion to make sure it doesn't burn. Onion cooks very quickly. Just turn that down a little bit. Stir that onion a little bit. Yeah. And I'm going to throw my lamb in there as well in a minute. So with the potato, I've put my salt in, get my masher, and I just do this. Get your margarine or butter, whatever you like. Now I've got a fair bit of potato there, so just to make it that bit creamy, I'll add that little bit more butter. Okay. And then I push down and mash it like so, and then I get into it. This is good for the biceps and the triceps and all sorts of things. And if you're cranky at the kids or the hubby or anything, just take it out of the potato. It's really good. Okay. Then we get our milk. And we just add about probably half a cup of milk just to get it to the consistency that you like. So I'm stirring at this point just to stir all the milk in, and then I'm going to mash it again. And I don't want to put too much milk. There's your mashed potato there. Okay. Don't want to put too much milk in this one and make it too runny, because this is going to actually form the base of my pie. Okay, so that's pretty mashed to me. Got all the lumps out. Working up a sweat. Holy dooly. Got my jumper on. Okay. So that's the mashed potato. Okay, so we'll just set that to one side for now, and we'll concentrate on getting our lamb mix ready. Alrighty. Got that cooking nicely there. Going to add our lamb to it. So we're just going to break it up into smaller bits there. Whack it on there. So I'm going to use most of this lamb. It says 500 grams in the recipe, and I was hoping that when Brett used it for his sandwiches for lunch today that he wouldn't eat it all, because he loves his food too. So got some nice big chunks of lamb there. So this is basically really just to give it a little bit more flavour and warm it through, ready for use in the pie. It's already got a lot of flavour, this lamb, from cooking slowly yesterday. So lamb just on its own has got a really yummy flavour. It's one of my favourite meats actually. So I'm just breaking this up into pieces. If you want, you can cut it up, but I love playing and using my hands. It's like when you used to play in the mud when you were kids. The dirtier you get, the more fun it is. Alright, I don't like fat on my meat, so I get it all off. Chuck that out. Alrighty, that's coming along nicely there. Alright, so that's all that lamb used up. And then it tells me to add some spices, so I'm going to put a bit of tarragon, just a few shakes like that, a bit of basil, just like so. Now it said a quarter of a teaspoon of mixed, so I'm just throwing in one drop as back as I go. I'm going to have to get a bigger pantry. I've got that much food there. My kids tell me I'm a food hoarder, and I do. I've got that much food in the house, it's not funny. So Some people hoard clothes and stuff. I hoard food. Don't know why. Bit of pepper. And then it tells me to add some parsley. So I'm going to just rip off some parsley tonight because I can't find my scissors. So I've got no idea where they are for some reason. So just rip it. Anything goes. That'll cook down anyway, so it won't matter. Might add just a little bit more.